Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Flex Alexander.
And it's Imani.
And welcome to the Daddy Daughter Dance Podcast, the podcast where we talk about all things father, daughter, and more. What's up, Pon Pon? We had a lot going on, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a lot going on. Yeah, it's a lot going on. Energy, isn't it crazy out here? It's a little something happened. Something has happened. Ladies and gentlemen, we've had an election. And look, we're not here to sway you one way or the other. Your position is your position. But we have to talk about what's going on. And it's been a shift. It's been a big shift. First, Elon Musk, he tweeted something on X in just one statement. He said, anything could be hacked. Is that cryptic? But yeah, man. So Trump was elected. 47th president. And yeah, there's an energy out there. There's an energy. You've seen all these videos of MAGA hat wearing people yelling at people of color. It's crazy. Wow, what are your thoughts, man? Your generation, I feel for you guys. What are you guys talking about in your crew?
Well, the night that it was happening, me and my friends I was texting in many different group chats, many different people.
Mm-hmm.
But one specific group chat, we were all like, guys, like, I'm scared, like, and then I was like, honestly, I have to go to sleep because I cannot keep looking at this. But I wake up and I see all their texts, and I was like, and that's how I found out what it was. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh my gosh. I immediately refreshed TikTok, and every single last video, like, it's not funny. I just try to laugh because I try to bring humor. Mm-hmm. But people just back to back, just different videos of people crying. And I completely understand that because I feel that too. And I think everyone said, like, that day just felt like just like a heaviness, especially for, minority communities. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I think it's scary because it's pretty much goes against, like, things that I've heard that he stands for are things that make up most people in the world. Like, mm-hmm. It's just, and I think the main thing I can't agree with is the whole pregnancy, mm-hmm. thing. Cause
controlling a woman's body.
Yeah, like, yeah. That's just not fair to me because it's like, you never know someone's case. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, if somebody doesn't want that, don't get it. But if someone mm-hmm. else does, they should be able to make that choice of what's mm-hmm. best for them. So right. It's just so many things that's just scary to think about, like, going forward.
And we can talk about those specific things. But I tend to stay away from those because everyone has their views on that stuff. But it is the overall energy. It's the overall just catcall. It has incited this thing in people, and they're so bold. I saw this one guy speaking about, I think she's the DA. I'm not sure. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I think she was the district attorney who was going after Trump, and he was like, well, she better be careful. She goes after our president. Her fat ass is going to end up in jail. It's like, it's just a boldness that he might as well just go on and say that word, and it's just, I think it's just sad overall for the country, for the world to just even, have someone who perpetuates that and who's okay with it, even if they don't say it out of their mouths. When you watch the speeches and you watch the people speaking, they represent that energy. And again, listen, you vote for who you want to vote for. That's why we have a democracy, or we're supposed to. But I'm just talking about everyday living. I'm seeing people that I thought I knew celebrating, and I'm just like, okay, what are you celebrating? Okay, are you celebrating tax cuts? Are you celebrating deportation? Are you celebrating misogyny? Are you celebrating racism? are you celebrating white nationalism? Like, I'm just trying to find out what you're celebrating, because again, there may be people, like some business people, they might even care about all this stuff. All they're thinking about is taxes. You know what I mean? And him giving tax cuts to the wealthy, but it's the other things. So I'm trying to figure out, what are you celebrating? And it is I've always been of the mindset that no matter who's in office, we have to galvanize ourselves. And when I say we, I mean the so-called minority. We have to galvanize ourselves, come together, create a plan that we can take care of us no matter who's in office. Because, I've been alive long enough to have lived through Reagan, through both the Bushes, and we're still here. So I won't perpetuate the fear of it, because that's the only thing. I'm like, guys, it's not the end of the world. Everybody's just, oh my God. It's like, I get it, the energy, but let's stand strong, and let's get together and say, okay, now how do we flip it, and how do we change, and how do we come together? Because this is a time like none other that we need to come together. And I look for my children, what they're going to have to deal with, and beyond them, their children, and so on, and what they're going to have to deal with. What are we going to be in? And then he's, says cryptic stuff like, all you got to do is vote once and that's it. What are you saying? I'm that alarms me. And I read this book. It's called The Last President. This thing was written about 100 years ago. And the crazy thing is, the guy who's elected now in the book is the last president. So I'm just trying to understand all of the cryptic stuff of take care of me and mine. And really, I know I'm being long-winded, but it's just so much to unpack. And again, I don't want to get into all the specifics of, what parties for what and this and that, because there are things, I don't agree with. This a couple things on both sides that I don't agree with, and there's things that I do agree with. But overall, perpetuating this energy, man, and giving these people this license to feel like they can just roll up on us or roll up on someone, whether it's Asian, Arab, whomever, and just have free will, man. I'm sorry, Imani. I know I'm rambling on, but I just that bothers me.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why I really can't get past it, because like I understand, some people might have their own beliefs, I guess, why they feel like they should, vote for that person. But I think I just can't get past all of just the moral things.
Yeah.
Of like the
yes,
like everything like that he stands for, that he shows, and the people that support him, some of them also show that, like, they think it's funny to be racist or like roll down streets with all these flags that they know is a more like minority, I guess, place, or like, because I've seen some stuff like that already. Like I just don't understand that. I think it gives people the way to not, like, I guess for them to be racist, but like it's low key like validated at the same
almost
time.
Like a license.
Yeah, like it gives them like a pass to be racist or whatever other things there are. Like it's just so messed up, and like I don't understand. Like I have seen certain people, that I might have went to school with, or just like, that have, I can see who follows him, by the way. So I'm gonna go back and clear that list because it's like, I'm not saying that, you can't have a relationship, but I think a lot of them, I've already seen posts like, why can't we, be different and be friends still? And I'm like, friends can have a difference of opinion, but not, for me, not the morals. That's what I can't get past.
Yeah, that goes back to what I was saying. Like what are you? Yeah. What are you really celebrating?
Like you are okay with all these things morally, that I just don't agree with. So it's at that point, it doesn't come to a difference in opinion. It comes to a difference of morals. And you are okay with people being like hated against, like
looking down
minorities, women.
Well, you know, we ain't gonna say minorities because really geographically and numbers wise, we are not the minority. Let me just put that out there.
Well, I mean, I just have
I know
to
what you're saying.
Say it for that, like, you know, they are okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, I cannot look at somebody fully the same knowing that it's one thing to support it, but it's another thing to support it and be proud of it.
Yeah.
Like, continue to be like, okay, and what?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, if you did it, okay, cool. You don't have to share with the whole entire world. Like, it's just like, really
it's I got some friends that you know, I'm following and I'm looking and I'm seeing these posts. Like, they're like, you know, I got a friend that's a professional golfer. A couple other people that are just like, yeah, but I'm like, okay, so what are you really supporting? You know what I mean? Are you? I just trying to understand that and the and what they leave on their posts is, yes, we're gonna get America back to where it belongs. It's like, okay, I'm trying to understand what that means, because for us that doesn't mean anything good. You know, they say make America great again. Like, okay, America has had pockets of greatness, and yes, it's a free country, and yes, we, you know, it's the land of milk and honey, and people can come here and you know, create create a great system for their family and pass it down generations. But there's some darkness in the history that we definitely can't skate over, in which that side wants to skate over and wants to erase. You know, they want to, everyone else's history is okay, but let's erase ours. Let's erase what we went through. And people, oh, stop talking about it. Like, no, not going to stop talking about it, because it is American history. You know, building this country, the White House itself was built on the backs of slaves. The railroads, the Chinese came over. Like, there are so many different ethnicities that came here and helped build this country, and a country that was here, that wasn't discovered by Christopher Columbus. And we can go into that, you know, when you want to talk about deportation. I can tell you who really needs to be deported, because the original aliens, illegal immigrants, are the ones that took it over. So get off my soapbox. But yeah, it is unsettling. And you know, and this episode is definitely going to be a little deeper than the most, and we have fun, but we want to show that, hey, we're concerned and we're aware of what's going on in the world. So again, in the comments, you know, we welcome all. You know, we're sure we'll get the crazies, all that, but it's okay. We're gonna speak what our truth is, and if you're okay with, you know, the immoral side of it, then there's a problem. There's a deep-rooted problem that's been going on for centuries, and now, you know, it's just like she was saying, it's a pass, it's a license to now come to, like when you plant something and it blooms, now it can bloom, and now you can go ahead and say, I'm going to be what I really want to be. So yeah, for me, it's a no on the immoral stuff.
Yeah, that's just all crazy. Like, I think I'm at the point where, you know, I'm just gonna do what's best for, like, me, and I'm only looking out for myself and the people who are also looking out for me. I'm done. Like, I'm done with everything. I can't, because all we have now is to really come together, since clearly no one is ever there for us. Mm-hmm. You know, so that's all we could do is, you know, stick with our own, like, and even now, like, there's certain people, like, I just don't really trust like that. Like, I'm not, you know, like, of course we'll have to pass and meet, like, people every day, you know, pass by people and stuff like that, you know, interact, just have like daily things, but like I can't. It's just a different feeling, if that makes sense. Like I'm not like, cause now you don't know who is for who. So meaning like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying nothing. Like just keep it like because I just feel like you have to just be that way nowadays because you never know people's true intentions, people that you might meet, people that you thought you probably knew. Like it's just really, I really can't. Like I think that it's just all crazy. I know that we all will be fine, and I feel that we all will be fine. But
Mm-hmm.
I just think that it just shows more and more how this country is just very misogynistic and racist and things that we already knew,
Mm-hmm.
but it just really, really showed completely. Like, I saw this quote that was like, "Oh, people don't draw the line with things like racism,
Right.
or misogynist, like all that, but they draw the line if it's a female." And that was just probably like the realest thing I've ever seen, because not even just this topic in general of
Mm-hmm.
presidency, but just outside of that. Like, I don't know why people have never felt that women, especially black women,
Mm-hmm.
can be capable of doing certain things. And I just think that we are. I think that we are very capable and very qualified and always have to be overqualified.
Yes.
And people still can't see that. But it's okay because everybody will. Everybody will continue to see that we will continue to rise and keep going no matter what,
Yes.
because it's just crazy.
And I rise like the day. I'm sorry. Shout out to Andra Day. I actually met her at the airport, man. She was so awesome. I told her I was a huge fan of her work and stuff. But anyway, yeah, yeah. It is, and for some strange reason, I don't know. I think there's going to be a shakeup and something. It's not over. I don't know. I think I just feel like something's going to come to light, and we're going to find out something, and it's gonna. I just got a feeling it. We have just begun on this ride.
Yeah.
We just begun on this ride. I'm not a conspiracy theorist and all that stuff, but I just really feel that in my spirit that there's something that's going to pop up, and we're going to be like, wow, 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 wow. I look at from when I was younger till now, growing up with all the presidents that I was born in '70. So all the presidents who've been in office, Republican, Democrat, whatever. This I gotta say, man, this is probably the most tension I've ever felt. I've ever felt, and I think this is the saddest I've ever seen a country. Those who care about morals as a collective really come together. Like, wow, I've seen pundits, I've seen different anchors crying on the news and crying and just saying like, wow, people who are like, man, what I'm going to tell my daughter, what am I going to tell my son? And again, I just feel that we have to galvanize collectively, come together, and do what we have to do for our loved ones, whether that be family, friends, or otherwise. Just come together and take care of your own, because guess what? That 1% is taking care of that 1%. And people who aren't into politics, I don't think should be appointed into positions. That's another thing, which baffles my mind. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see Pom Pom. We're gonna see what's to come. I just hope that these next 4 years, if it actually ends up staying the way it is right now, those next 4 years, if I just, I don't know, we just gotta put our nose to the grindstone, put our heads down, and just focus on what we have to do, and build for ourselves, because that's literally what the feeling is. It is almost, it's a split. It's like, okay, you got to do for you and yours, because us in this group, we're doing for ours, and we're doing for the ones who have, and giving more to them. And it's not to say that you don't go out and work hard. And people don't understand that. People think, there's a group of people looking for handouts. No one's looking for handouts. You can't look for handouts when you've already been put at a disadvantage. It's like, spotting a team, spotting the Bulls, 100 points already, and then you have to start from zero. You're not going to catch up. You're not going to catch up. You are not going to catch up. And you may get close, but when you get close, they'll change all the rules. And I think that's where we are. But I know for me and mine, we are just going to go hard and, and do our best to solidify our family's future and generations to come, because it's important, man. We are at a critical time in this world, a critical time, a very critical time. And that energy, people have spoken. So now we know, we know now. We know where you stand, and we know how you feel. So, okay, it's cool. You have every right to. But now I know, and I'm going to stay over here, do what I need to do, and just don't fringe anything upon me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Basically, yeah.
Basically
all that, exactly.
I know it was a lot. There's so many ways I can go, but I don't want to, because I still want to be impartial. Is that correct? No, I want to be partial. Yes, I want to be partial, not impartial. I want to be partial, because I want, each side, you have your say, and how you feel. But I'm just letting you know, on the human side, the morality side, that should not be up for negotiation at all. We have lost our way in humanity when you see people yelling and screaming the N-word, or whatever ethnicity word, or go back to where you come from, or anything like that. We have lost our way. We have lost our way, people. But I know with me and what I do, I'm going to continue to try to build towards us keeping our way in humanity, for my children, for my friends, for the people I love. This episode is for you guys. So continue to follow us. Follow me at FlexA4Real on Instagram, on Snapchat, and on TikTok. Flex Alexander on Facebook.
And then Imani with 2 eyes, music on everything.
Everything. Hey guys, we thank you. And I want to give a shout out to Hippie Potter. Potter right here for these amazing shirts. Black sitcoms matter. These, and my show happens to be there, right there. That was so cool. I want to give you guys a big shout out. Thank you for these amazing shirts. Keep doing what you do. We thank you so much, guys. And we'll see you next time on the Daddy Daughter Dance Podcast. Remember, like, share, subscribe. And hey, y'all, let's send love, not hate.